Hello and welcome to the third class of this Flow Then Slow series. In today's class, we're going to be focusing on the legs, doing some strengthening and stretching poses for your quads, hamstrings and calves. We'll start the first half of the class with a flow, moving kind of swiftly from one pose to the next. Then the last half of the class will be nice and slow, doing some long hold yin style poses so you can get a nice deep stretch and leave this class feeling super relaxed. So as always, you might need some yoga blocks or cushions, and then a blanket is also always handy to have as well. So go ahead and get ready, prepare yourself for the next 70 minutes of yoga, and I'll meet you back here sitting on the mat. Let's take a few minutes to transition from the day, from the world, here into your yoga practice on your mat. So you can find a comfortable way to sit. Once you're there, take some time to lengthen your spine. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and loosen up your jaw. Soften your eyebrows and your facial muscles, and just let this wave of relaxation wash over you. As your body settles, you can bring some awareness to your breath, greeting your internal body with a full breath in, and then blowing out cobwebs with a long breath out. The hardest part is over now that you're here, and just know that your body is really thanking you for showing up and for being here. When you're ready, you can gently open up your eyes again. We'll begin this class, as we've begun the others, with Kapalbhati, a breathing exercise to energize and rejuvenate the head and face. We'll be doing 3 rounds, taking 30 sharp exhales from the nostrils. All of the power of this breath comes from you sharply pulling your belly towards your spine, so the air is forced out of your nostrils. Remember, we're not using our shoulders or our chest to make the breath here, and we're not inhaling, which I know can be hard, but just try not to think about your inhale. Your body will naturally keep your breath coming in as well. Once we're finished those sharp exhales, we'll be holding the breath, starting at 20 seconds and working our way up to around 25 seconds. You can always hold for about 30 seconds if that feels comfortable for you. But just remember that we're always doing what is within our limits, especially when it comes to holding the breath. It's not something that we want to test or push too far. So I'll guide you through these rounds. When you're ready, you can find that comfortable seat again with your tall spine. Maybe close your eyes. Take a long breath in, filling up your body entirely. And then a long breath out, completely emptying your body. Take a half breath in, just filling your belly halfway. And now we'll start our exhales sharply through the nostrils. Exhale, 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 exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Long breath in. Long breath out. Half breath in. Hold for 20 seconds. Keep your shoulders relaxed. your jaw loose, your spine tall. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full breath in. Full breath out. Half breath in. And exhale, 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 exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full breath in. Full breath out. Half breath in. Hold for about 25 seconds. Feeling the expansion of your lungs. Feeling the effects of your body. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full breath in. Full breath out. Half breath in. And exhale, 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 exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full breath in. Full breath out. Half breath in. Hold for up to 30 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Stay here now, just breathing normally. Feeling the new energy circulating around your head and your upper body. Know that you created this energy and you always have the ability to create more positive, fresh energy when you need it. On an exhale, you can open your eyes again. We'll make our way into tabletop pose, coming onto all fours. Spread your fingers wide apart, have your shoulders above your wrists and your hips above your knees. Press yourself away from your mat and engage your core by pulling your belly button slightly in. We'll do some cat and cow, so we're inhaling to point our tailbone up, drop the belly, slide forward, gaze up. Exhale, tip your tailbone down, round your spine, bring your chin to your chest, and release your head down. Inhale, slowly transitioning with your breath up into cow. And exhale, morphing gradually back into cat. And keep going. You can stay with cat and cow, or you can introduce some new movements, maybe bringing your hips to the side, looking back over your shoulder, releasing your side body and your neck. Once you're satisfied, you can return back to center and bring your right foot back behind you, keeping your toes on the mat. We're just going to warm up this hamstring, so you might start to rock forward and back. If you feel any sticky areas, you can pause and just let the pose open them up. This can also be nice for your ankles, so you can bring a little bit of movement into your ankle as well if that feels good. And from here, bring that right foot all the way over to the left side of your mat, as far over as you can get it. Look back over your left shoulder. Take a big breath in. Now exhale, bring your right foot back to where it started. Now we're going to lift it up into the air. We're going to create a little bit of warmth in this hamstring. So you can start to make little pulses, just slowly lifting your heel closer to your ceiling. You're just patiently waiting for that warm sensation to arise in your hamstring. You might be feeling it in other areas too, of course. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step that right foot in between your hands now, making our way into a low lunge. So your back knee might slide back slightly. Keep this front knee over your front ankle. Just take a big breath in and out. From here, walk your hands back towards the back of your mat, slowly straightening out this front leg. Then your toes might pop up towards the ceiling. Finding ourselves in a runner's lunge now. You are welcome to stay here, or you can bring a little bit of movement into this pose here by inhaling to come up onto your fingertips and look forward. Exhale to lower your nose down towards your knees, bringing your palms towards the mat. Now you can have your hands on yoga blocks here. That's going to help you out a lot, especially if you're feeling quite tight in this hamstring. So let's keep following the breath, inhaling to look forward, exhaling to melt the nose towards the knee. On your last exhale, you might pause for a moment, take an extra breath in to feed that tightness, and then exhale to return back towards the front of your mat. Bring your right knee back onto the mat, so we're back into tabletop pose. This time, your left foot comes back behind you, toes are on the mat, and we're rocking forward and back. Let your awareness explore all down your left leg into your left ankle and foot. And your body will tell you what it wants, so you can just wait for those instructions. When you're ready, your left foot will travel all the way over to the right side of the mat. Look back over your right shoulder. Take a big breath in. Exhale, left foot comes back to its home base. Lift the left leg up and find those little pulses. Imagine here that there's a string at the back of your hamstring. So your hamstring is actually leading this movement. It's the one powering the pulse. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left foot comes in between the hands. Find your low lunge. Breathe into it. Exhale, walk your hands backwards. Straighten up that left leg. And then you can stay here. You can follow your breath, inhaling to look forward, exhaling to lower down. After your next exhale, stay here. Feed your tightness with an inhale. And then exhale, come back to the center. From here, we'll step back to downward dog. Take lots of time here to paddle your feet, stretch your legs, do whatever you need to do. Keep asking your body where it wants your breath and then send it into that section. Then you might find a few seconds of stillness in downward dog, having your feet hip-width distance apart. Keep your knees bent, point your tailbone up towards the sky and release your head towards your mat. Push yourself away from your hands so you stretch all through the back of your body, and then ask your heels to touch the mat, and it's okay if they don't. Breathe here, opening up your full back body. Now you can start to walk your feet towards your hands. Landing in a standing forward fold here for a few seconds, keeping your knees bent, dropping your head and hands low. Relax your neck, relax your shoulders. Tuck your chin to your chest and roll one vertebrae at a time slowly back up. Eventually, we find ourselves standing on the mat. Take a moment in mountain pose now with your feet hip-width distance apart, palms together at the chest, eyes closed or just relaxed, focusing on one point. Tuck your tailbone slightly towards your mat and extend the crown of your head towards the ceiling. So you've created some space between your vertebrae. You're standing nice and tall. From here, we'll start to gently flow. So let's inhale, reaching the hands up and slightly back behind you. push your hips out in front and maybe gaze up. Exhale, plant your hands either side of your feet, bend your knees and drop your nose towards your knees. Inhale, step your right foot back behind you, sink your knee to the mat and find your lunge. If you can, hold your next breath and step into a high plank. Exhale, drop your knees, point your tailbone up and bring your chest in between your hands. Chin can come to the mat as well. Inhale to push away from your toes, slide onto your belly, widen your feet and scoop up to extended cobra. Take another big breath in here to awaken the front of your body. Exhale, send your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot comes forward in between your hands. Drop your back knee, gaze forward, breathe in. Exhale, left foot to the front. Legs are a little bit straighter here without locking your knees. Feel your hamstrings saying hello again. Inhale, sweep your hands up and back, hips in front. Exhale, palms back together at the chest. Let's repeat that on the left side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, drop them down. Inhale, left foot back. Hold your breath for high plank. Exhale, drop knees, chest, chin. Inhale, scoop up into extended cobra. Exhale, find your downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, low lunge. Exhale, right foot forward, straight-ish legs. Inhale, reach your hands up and back. Exhale, palms together at the chest for mountain pose. Pause here for a breath, saying hello to whatever is new in your body, whatever that little flow created. Now we'll continue that sequence, adding on a little bit as we go. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, drop your hands. Inhale, right foot back. Option here to keep your knee off of the mat so you can stay in a high lunge, or you can drop your knee. Keep your front knee over your front ankle. Wherever you are, inhale to sweep your hands up, maybe coming into a crescent lunge by taking a slight back bend. Exhale, plant your hands either side of your front foot, step back to a high plank. Exhale, lower yourself down completely, however you get there is fine. This time, keep your feet together, press the top of your feet into your mat. As you inhale, peel your chest and hands off of your mat for baby cobra. Each inhale will help you to lift up a little bit higher off of the mat. Try not to collapse back down in your exhale. Relax your shoulders, take another breath in, lifting up a little higher if you can. Exhale, lower back down, And you're going to slowly bring yourself back to downward dog. However you get there is a-okay. Drop your left heel to the mat now and let your right heel float up towards the ceiling for three-legged dog. Press away from your hands to open up your body even more. Now you can bend that top knee, bringing your right foot over towards the left side of your mat. Stack your hips on top of each other with your right hip over the left. Breathe into whatever you're feeling here. Inhale to step your right foot forward in between your hands. Low or high lunge here. Inhale, sweep your hands up. Exhale, plant them either side of your front foot. From here, we're coming into a standing splits. So our right leg is going to be our base leg. We want to keep a bend in this right knee at all times. Make sure you don't lock it. And then very slowly, you're starting to transition. Remember, you can have your hands on yoga blocks here if that helps. And you're lifting your left foot up towards the ceiling. Dropping your nose towards your bottom knee. Pausing here, doing really good. Keep that left foot nice and high. Now we have an option to transition into Warrior 3. So if you feel good and balanced, take your time and then bring your hands together at your chest, trying to create a straight line between your back and your back leg. Keep that left heel pressed away from you. Take a big breath in. Wherever you are, you can slowly make your way back up to standing, finding our mountain pose. Well done. That's really hard work for your bottom leg. Let's give it a breath or two. Now let's repeat on the left side. Inhaling, reach up. Exhaling, lower down. Inhale, left foot back, high or low lunge. Next breath in, sweeps the hands up. And your breath out carries your hands back down beside your front foot. Step back to a high plank. Lower yourself onto your belly, however you can. Now this time, keep your feet spread wide apart and reach your arms down alongside your body with your palms facing up. With an inhale, peel your upper body and hands off of the mat. Reach your fingertips down towards the back of the room. You can stay here or you can let your feet hover off the mat as well. And again, let your hamstrings lead the way, so they're pulling up first. Taking a few breaths, same principle. Each inhale will help you to lift up higher. Try not to float back down through your exhale. One more big breath in. Exhale to lower back down. Slowly make your way back into downward facing dog. This time your right heel sinks down as your left heel gets carried up towards the ceiling. Push away from your hands. Breathe in to whatever you feel. Bend that top knee. Bring your foot over towards the right. Stacking your left hip over the right hip. Push away from your hands. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Now inhale, your left foot travels forward and finds its spot in between your hands. Staying here for high or low lunge. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, plant the hands. Keeping your left knee bent now, we're slowly transitioning to a standing splits. Lifting our right foot up towards the sky, dropping the knee towards the nose. Other way around. Dropping the nose towards the knee. Breathe here, doing super good. Now you have your option to stay like this, or you can keep this bottom knee bent. Find your balance, bring your palms together at your chest. Try to get your upper body and your back leg parallel to the floor. Balance comes from your eyes, so keep gazing at one point. Keep breathing. You can start to slowly as you can transition back to mountain pose. Both feet back on the mat. Palms can stay together at the chest or they can rest beside your body. Now just let your body absorb everything here. Once you start to feel that you're settling down and everything is grounding again, you can make your way back down to sit on your mat. Sitting whatever way is most comfortable for you. And then again, you might just let your palms face up, close your eyes, sit tall, and soak it all in. Now it's time to slow it down, transition into our calmer, slower selves. We'll start with Nadi Shodhana, the breathing exercise where we're breathing in and out through alternative nostrils. On your left hand, bring your thumb and index finger together. Let your left hand rest. With your right hand, bring your middle and index finger up into the little indents that you might feel at the start of your eyebrows. Those fingers are going to rest there. Your right thumb will come to your right nostril. Close it off and breathe in only through your left nostril for 1, 2, 3, 4. Use your ring and little finger to close off your left nostril. Open up your right nostril. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, right, 2, 3, 4. Close it off. Open your left nostril. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, left, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, right, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, right, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, left, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, left, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Keep going a few more rounds by yourself. Once you have exhaled from your left nostril, you can remove your right hand. Sit quietly and just feel the effects of that exercise. When you're ready to come back, you can start to open up your eyes again. Now we'll begin the slow portion of this class with a toe squat. We're only going to hold for about 60 seconds. It's very important in this pose to come back if you feel any pain. We're targeting our feet and our ankles. It's a really great pose to strengthen your ankles and to bring fresh energy to your feet. But as I mentioned, if it feels painful, it's not worth it. So your knees are going to be on the mat. You can have a blanket in underneath. Then you're tucking your toes underneath you and slowly coming back down to sit on your heels. You might have to remove your pinky toes here to make it a little bit more comfortable. And then we're just holding here for a few breaths. Remember, you can just go to your own limit. There's no need to hold as long as I am here. Just do what works for you. As you breathe in, send all that energy down to the soles of your feet. And while we are focused on them, you might thank them for everything they do, bringing us everywhere we go. Take another big breath in and out if you can. And now let's start to slowly release the pose, reversing. And then we'll come into child's pose. So keep your knees together and then bring your forehead down towards the mat or onto a block or onto your hands. And now just let your ankles stretch out in the opposite direction, staying here for 1 minute. Use a breath in to peel yourself away from the mat. Coming back up and maybe taking a breath or two, letting our blood flow back down. We're coming into a low lunge from here, so you can step your right foot forward in between your hands and then slide your back knee back as far as is comfortable for you. Now remember, you can have a blanket underneath that back knee. You can keep your toes tucked for more support as well. We're targeting our back quad primarily here. So find your first limit, maybe sliding that knee back even more if that feels good. Your front foot can come a little bit more forward too if it wants to. You can have your hands resting on yoga blocks here to make this pose a bit more comfortable. And then we're going to be here for 2 minutes. So first of all, find your breath. Try to find that steady rhythm of inhaling and exhaling. Any thoughts that are arising, try to come back to your breath instead. Once your breath becomes settled in its rhythm, you can explore your body, see what sensations are arising. And as long as those sensations aren't painful, these are very valuable to us to teach us how to just sit with uncomfortable feelings and sensations. Remember that you can always just breathe through any discomfort. Before we move on, check in on your neck. Make sure it's not crunched up. Relax your shoulders. Loosen up your jaw. Take 2 more big breaths in and out. And now we will transition into pigeon pose. So heel toe this right foot over to the left side of your mat, bringing your shin onto the mat in front of you. Make sure you're not sitting over on this left hip. We want to keep the hips lifted and square to the short edge of your mat. So imagine that you have magnets in your feet and they're pulling towards each other. That will help you to keep your hips lifted. Or you can place a yoga block or blanket in underneath your left hip. Now you can stay upright like this. Sometimes I find even staying up gets a deeper stretch, so we don't always actually have to go into the next version. Sometimes this pose hits a little bit differently in certain points. But of course, there is always the option to come down onto your forearms, drop your head, relax. We'll be here for 2 minutes. Starting from the beginning again, finding that rhythm of breath, finding sensations, and then just teaching yourself to sit with discomfort and to be silent and still. When you're ready now, you can start to transition back onto your fingers if you're not there. Now you can let yourself sit on your left hip, and then we're coming into mermaid pose. So you're bending your back knee and reaching back to find this back foot, being really gentle with yourself here. Remember, there's no point sacrificing the body for the glory of the pose. So just do what works for you. This isn't fully available for everyone. Sometimes it depends on your knees. So just, as I said, find your version of this pose. We're really targeting that back quad. Holding for 60 seconds. You might get those invitations to go a little bit deeper, and if you do, you can hug your foot a little bit closer. Take 3 more big breaths. Now you can start to release, making your way back through tabletop now to step your left foot forward in between your hands, coming back to our low lunge. So set yourself up in whatever version feels super good for you. Back here again now for 2 minutes. Let's check in again on our neck, shoulders, jaw, face. If your body wants to go a little bit deeper, you could drop your pelvis a bit closer to the mat. Take your last breath here like this. And now transition to pigeon pose. Pull your feet together, keep your hips square to the front of the mat. Settle for 2 minutes. And on this side, making sure you're not collapsing over towards the left. Savor your last few breaths in this pose. Maybe finding something you haven't noticed yet. And then you can start to transition to sit on your right side. Bend your back knee, coming to find this foot if you can. Stretching out our quad here for 60 seconds. With an exhale and maybe a little sigh out, you can release. Come to sit with your legs out in front of you. And we'll do some windshield wipers. So you're leaning back on your hands, feet about mat with distance apart. Exhale to drop the knees. Inhale to pick them up. And exhale to drop to the other side. Keep going, getting rid of any bits of tension from your hips and legs. You can pause when your knees are in center and come to sit in a way which you have access to your feet. So you might come in towards a kind of cobbler's pose here. And we're just going to use our thumbs to give the soles of the feet a little massage. So just walking the thumbs from the toes down to the heels, pressing them in. You can also press on your toes here, starting from your big toe and then working your way to the pinky toe, maybe coming back up. Now you're going to take one of your feet and just hold it whatever way you can so you can rotate through your ankle. So this is what works for me. And then you can hold your foot and gently make circles. And then switch directions. Lots of clicking for me when I do this. I heard before that when joints click or pop, they're saying thank you. So that always helps me to feel okay about that. And I really think that our feet and our ankles are places that we can neglect. We don't really do workouts for our feet or yoga for our ankles, but they do so much work for us, so it's really nice to just take a few minutes and show your appreciation to them. So a little bit of freestyle here. You can again just squeeze your feet, say thank you, maybe spread out your toes and crunch them up. Just get lots of new energy going down there. Now we'll do that with the other foot. So again, finding what works and then making these circles. Switching direction whenever you're ready. And then maybe like squeezing your feet again, squeezing your toes, spreading them and squishing them. So lots of nice new energy down there in our feet. Let's release, and then you can do little pats here, making fists, and then patting the sides of your calves. Going up and down the outside, and then you might go up and down the inside. Let's bring that up to the outside of our thighs. Up and down. Can come to the top of your thighs. And then to the inside of the thighs. You can also get your, my sound recorder, I just bashed it. You can get the sides of your glutes. And then you might be able to reach underneath and get your hamstrings up and down again. And once you are satisfied, when everything feels really good, you can come on down onto the mat and we'll do our final relaxation. So the most important part of the practice, as I think I always remind you, this is where the body will soak up all the benefits of everything that you've done, and where it can truly relax. Even when we're sleeping, our body is still working, our mind is still dreaming, so all its OS systems are still on. But when you come into a deep Shavasana pose, your body is actually able to turn off more than it can when it's asleep. So find your perfect way to rest. You can have your legs out long, or they can be bent with your knees resting against each other. Palms are facing up. Shoulders are relaxed into the mat. Jaw is loose. Maybe in this moment you can go a little bit deeper than your physical body and see if you can tune into your energetic body. Can you feel this new energy just moving all around your body? Maybe above your body, the sides of your body, under your body. And as your physical body starts to get heavier and starts to relax, maybe you can become more aware of the energy that's traveling through you. We'll take the next few minutes in stillness and silence to just be here with the body in whatever form you can feel the strongest. It's time now to slowly bring our physical body back, making small adjustments. In time, you can come to lie on the right side of your body, taking a few breaths here. Thanking your body for getting you here today, thanking yourself for showing up, thanking your legs for everywhere that they take you and everything that they do for you. Trying to keep your awareness inward, you can gently push yourself back up to come to sit on your mat. We'll end this practice just as we started it by taking some quiet breaths, relaxing everything from the crown of the head down to the tips of the toes, sitting a bit taller, taking a deep breath in. Open the mouth to exhale. Get rid of anything you don't want to take with you. Whenever you're ready to, you can open up your eyes again. And we will officially end our practice here. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this class. As always, questions, feedback, comments are always welcome. So feel free to reach out. If there's anything at all that I can help you with, I would be happy to. We will have another class next week, just like this, another flow then slow class. So I will see you then. Until then, have a great week. Take care and goodbye.